Hey guys, Carl Cooper with OnTheBlack.com. So the Mets split their two-game series with the Cardinals, and sort of this two-game series really sums up the season for me. One, the Mets had some inconsistent play, and two, more injuries for the Mets. The inconsistent play, they blew the lead in Game 1 of the series, 7-4 lead going into the 8th inning. The Cardinals came back and ended up winning that game. K-Rod blew a save. So not good for the Mets, and then for them to come back the next day and then blow the Cardinals out 9-0 and act like nothing happened the night before. It seemed like a totally different team. Even Nelson Figueroa, who pitched a couple days ago and was absolutely terrible, couldn't get past the 3rd inning, was brilliant today coming in for Nice, who got injured. So, this series really summed up the season for me with the inconsistent play. You have one Mets team showing up one day and then a totally another team showing up the next day. And I said on Twitter today, I posted that the win today, although it was good, really sort of makes yesterday's loss seem that much more bad, because the Mets should have easily swept this two-game series against the Cardinals instead of splitting 1-1. And then, more injuries for the Mets. Nice injured, Sheffield left today's game, and then Castillo, at the beginning of the year, I would have thought that Luis Castillo would have been one of the first Mets injured and probably would have missed more time than any other Met this year. But he, out of all the injuries the Mets have had, he's hung in there, hasn't been injured. And then to get injured the way he did, it's just really sort of mind-blowing at the number of injuries that the Mets have had this year. Now it's time for a quick Q&A. The first question actually comes from 2 subscribers, Eric PABC and New FJH Bears Fan 23. And the question is should the Mets shut Jose Reyes down for the rest of the season or bring him back? At this point, the Mets have an outside shot of making the playoffs. It'll be a miracle if they do. And if there is any sign of discomfort in Reyes' leg, or if he's not 100% healthy, then I feel that the Mets should not bring him back this year. I feel that they should just sit him down for the rest of the season and concentrate on focusing on bringing him back strong next season. The next question comes from the Mr. Met, and the question is, why didn't the Mets fire Omar after he did to that reporter a few weeks ago? I think Omar has apologized for attacking Adam Rubin the way he did in that press conference verbally. I think that's good enough for the Wilpons. I don't think, and I've made this comment before, even though a lot of Mets fans feel that Omar Minaya has done a bad job here over the last couple of years. This is his 5th year. The Mets have only made the playoffs once in those 5 years. I don't think that Minaya will be fired. He just got a new extension on his contract. The Wilpons like him a lot, and I think that this year the Wilpons will look at all the injuries that the Mets have, and I think that they're going to give Minaya at least one more year as Mets GM. I really don't think that the Mets are going to let him go after this season. And that's it for my series recap and Q&A. Let me know what you guys think, and talk to you soon.